Hello guys and welcome back to Legos Island. So today we're going to be showcasing the Easter Fool's Party 2024, which started on March 29th and ends on April 2nd. So for basically the entirety of Easter weekend, including April Fool's Day on Monday, April 1st. So, without further ado, let's jump into the party. Since Easter comes before April Fool's Day, we're going to do all the Easter stuff first. Kicking things off with the Easter 2024 hat. Let's put it on. And that is how it looks. As you guys can see, this is how it looks. It honestly looks super cool, at least on this side. This side has all the April Fool's stuff. I'll still showcase this room for the sake of having both of them here. Since we will not be coming back here later unless we go for this portal, which we will be, by the way. As you can see, this is how it looks. It genuinely looks really, really cool. What do you guys think? Comment down below and tell me what you think. By the way, there's only 2 rooms in this whole party that merges both together. This and the medieval park. So we will be going there very soon. With that said, the port honestly looks genuinely amazing. Before I forget later, let's do the underground party room next. And as you can see, this is how it looks. It looks genuinely so freaking cool. With all that being said, yep, this is all decorated for Easter for 2024. All that said, this honestly looks very, very pretty. And yeah, what do you guys personally think about the decorations? Let's move on to the next room. That next room being the balcony, which as you can see, it is all decorated around here. Nice, right? Ah, there's Easter. I wasn't where she was. Anyway. Yeah, that's weird. She didn't appear at first. Same thing happened with, Pi, like, where he didn't appear till, like, the end of the tour. Good to know that, Easter appears early on. Anyway, the balcony genuinely does look amazing. I hope you guys do love this. It is genuinely something I'm pretty proud of. With all that being said, yeah, Easter does have the right idea. Let's go into the cave next. As you can see, this is how it looks. Very, very cool. As you can see, looks really, really cool. And once again, the event room is not updated in this party. Wait, excuse me, what? Where did the eggs go? Did I hide them that well? Interesting. Oh, let's continue the tour. Maybe we'll find them along the way. That just happened! Wow. I literally just turned around and that happened. Okay. I guess we'll just find them along the way if we do. Anyway, this room does look honestly very amazing. And now, let's move on to the next Easter room. Our next Easter themed room is right here in the lodge, at least on the outside. You'll notice in there is an April Fool's Day room, but then when you go up there, it's all Easter. So we'll skip the room down there for now, as we'll showcase them in the order of the respective days. With all that said, you may notice the insane amount of crosses around here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crosses in this room. My God! Don't worry, there's crosses all over the place. I do promise. I did remember from the previous year. I do promise. This is the room that have the most of them, obviously. Actually, you'll know that later when we go for the rest of these. But yeah, looks really cool on the outside. Looks really, really nice. Next up is the inside of the lodge. Like I said, we bypassed the April Fool's room, as we will get to that later. With all that being said, this is really cool. What do you guys think of the lodge? This honestly looks really cool. And even over here as well. Honestly, this all looks really cool. What do you guys think in the comments? This honestly looks like a really cool room for Easter. And that's not all. We still got in here too. And don't worry, guys. We also got up here as well. Let's head up to the attic. Nice, right? And of course, we still got over here as well. And with that said, that's it for the lodge. Tell me below what you think. Let's move on to the next room. Next up, guys, is the medieval park, which is a combination of two. But for the sake of this, just at the port, we will showcase both. Because there's actually not that much April Fool's here compared to Easter. Okay, if you don't count up there, that is. So we have our next item, the Easter 2024 medieval banner. Let's pick it up. And let's put it on. We'll take a copy of that, by the way. Very cool. Anyway, here is the medieval park, all decorated for both Easter and April Fool's Day, respectively. We have Easter on this side and April Fool's on this side. Obviously, Easter here to make sure and remember that that comes before April Fool's Day, and then April Fool's on this side to mark the fact that it comes after Easter, literally the day after. Because they are literally one day apart if you forgot. So I made sure Easter was mostly represented here because of that. Also, technically speaking, this would be the first April Fool's party ever in LEGO's Island history to start before April Fool's Day. You can thank Easter being the day before that. With all that being said, this is honestly a very cool room. What do you guys think? Comment down below. I'd love to hear it in the comments. Anyway, let's move on to in here, which is also decorated for Easter, and a little bit of April Fool's on this side as well. Really cool how that works. Let's move on to up here, which is Easter in there, but on the balcony is April Fool's theme. We do have a cross right here, so don't forget that. Heading in here, as you can see, it is all Easter themed in here, which is honestly amazing. So it is all Easter themed in here, which is really, really cool. And then over here, it is April Fool's themed. All right here on the balcony. Super cool. All that being said, that is really cool. And yeah, it's back to Easter down here, because it's mostly here. With all that being said, guys, let's move on to the next room, and we'll be back here later to collect the medieval banner. Next up is the blacksmith shop, which, as you can see, we have a direct path leading to it. As you can see, this is how it looks. And it honestly looks really cool. We got two crosses right here and a giant egg over here. By the way, you've probably been able to notice these giant egg statues all over the place over here as well, including the one in the underground party room. I did that just for the sake of why the heck not. In fact, there might have been some from like last year too. I don't know, I'll have to rewatch the previous year's video. That makes me want to actually go do that now. Oh, and yes, in here is updated before you guys ask. Just like the last few events. Oh, nice. I didn't actually expect Easter to come in here. Nice. Anyway, next room! That is the two small mountains, which, as you can see, is updated with two more crosses right here as well. This honestly looks super freaking cool. What do you guys think? Nice. Well, the other small mountain also has some really cool decorations as well. We have 3 more crosses here and our next item, the Easter 2024 banner. Let's put that on and replace that. Take another copy and put it in our inventory. Oh, and yes, there is an item for completing the Easter egg hunt, which I'm pretty sure is why all those eggs just went missing. But where did they go? Because I sure didn't do that. I'm serious. I haven't seen a single one yet, so maybe they're in the April Fool's rooms. We'll figure that out. Either way, this room is honestly super cool. What do you guys think? Comment down below and tell me what you think. I also hope you guys love the banners, by the way. Anyway, with all that being said, that is it for the Two Small Mountains, and let's move on to the Pet Cemetery. That is because on the inside of the Pet Cemetery, it is decorated for Easter, while on the outside, it's decorated for April Fool's Day, which is why we skipped that, as we will come back to that later. As you can see, it is all decorated for Easter, and here there is no item. But here, alongside the upstairs, is updated for this party, as you can see, for the Easter portion, that is. Which honestly is super cool. What do you guys think so far? In fact, actually, I think this is actually the last Easter room. Like, I'm actually not kidding. I think this is actually the last Easter room. So we're actually about to move on to the April Fool's Day rooms. And still no sign of the eggs. That's weird. That is very weird. Maybe my prediction of them being in the April Fool's Day rooms might be correct. Interesting. We're gonna see and find out in a minute. But yeah, I think again, this I think is actually the last Easter room. But yeah, what do you guys think? Oh, actually, on the outside, it's also decorated as well. Alright, that wraps up all the Easter rooms. Now, let's go check out the April Fool's Day rooms. Which, it all starts with the lodge. Opening it on up, we have... Oh! Let's go, I was right! So the eggs are actually hidden in the April Fool's Day rooms. But I didn't do that. That's weird. They're meant to be hidden in the Easter rooms. That's odd. Oh, well then. Oh, and yes, we will get an item, as I said earlier, for doing this. Interesting. That is extremely interesting. They're meant to be in the Easter rooms, as you would expect. But I guess they aren't this time around. Well, this is how the room looks. Well, that's how it looks. Oh yeah! Did I mention that we actually can use the portals around the island to connect to each room? Heading on inside, it takes us right back to the Nether. And we will be using these to get across the island. Actually, we should have stayed in the port because there is an item. I literally just remembered now. The 2024 box set. That's how it looks. Now let's go to the next room. Whoa, we ended up in the resort. Okay, that's interesting. Wait a second. Yo! Okay, so I actually placed a few portals where there normally never was in past April Fool's parties. For example, the resort. And this is one of the dimensions. So, rooms have been transformed into random dimensions based off of random ideas that I came up with. In this instance, I guess this is considered, the portal dimension. I guess, in this case. Which this is the resort, by the way. This is also where we're going to find our next item. And also, ironically, our next egg. In this case, it is the 2024 box costume 1 out of 2. Let's put that on. And we need 2 more pieces to complete the armor. But we still have another 4 items to go after this. As for the resort, I guess we'll consider this, the portal dimension because we can see some portal symbols on the dock. Pretty nice. Oh, and not to mention all the portal banners everywhere. Anyway, with all that said, the resort honestly looks super cool for this. And with all that being said, let's move on to the next room. In this case, we'll have to take the portal again. Doing that will lead us back into the Nether. However, our next room is where our next item is. Heading into the Pirate and Bullseye Park, it'll automatically teleport us here. giving us towards the following dimension name, the barrel dimension. Which, as you can see, there are barrels literally everywhere in this dimension, in this room specifically. However, there is one other way you can access it without using the portal. If you go in here to the center of the theme park, you'll notice how there's a raft here. Doing that, you can slide right over here and make your way over here. That can be done right there. However, there's a fun little twist with this room, which we'll get to in a minute. Before I get to it, you'll notice how the room is decorated with these specific decorations, such as the honey palm trees, and it looking a lot more black and white. I don't know, this was just a random idea I came up with. All of these are just random ideas I came up with. And you know what? Easter kinda has the right idea, because we will have to go over here later. There's a reason it's like this. With all that said, before we head over into this little activity, there are more decorations across the room, which as you can see, look like this. It also uses the main colors of this party. This honestly looks super cool, and no, down here is not updated, but the lights are finally back on in here after being the blue torches, or more importantly, the soul torches, for the last 4 to 5 months. So that's at least one update. With all that being said, this is super cool. And yes, we can use this to travel to another dimension, which is another room on the island. Anyway, this room honestly looks so cool. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Now that we have that over with, let me explain what this is. So, you'll notice how every single one of these have been transformed into barrels. The goal is to find out which one of these has the respective item. To save you all time, I will head over to exactly where it is. But also, take advantage of the little ice aspect here. We can slide all over the place, making it a lot more wacky and random. But again, to save you all time, and to make sure we aren't here for hours, the item is actually located right here. The box, the 2024 box costume, 2 out of 2. Let's put that on. And just to clarify, that is how it looks. It honestly looks really nice. Now we're gonna make our way right back to where we went. We'll also go pick up Easter along the way. But as you can see, it goes insanely fast. Which is really cool if you ask me. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, and again, let's pick up Easter along the way so she doesn't get stranded here. Oh, and while we're here, by the way, we will also go pick up the medieval banner. So, we don't need to take another portal because we could just head right over here to the medieval park. Okay, just making sure Easter's actually following us. Okay, thank God. Okay, so here is the April Fool's 2024 medieval banner. Let's pick it up and let's put that on. Oh, and let's also take a copy for my inventory. Nice. Alright, only 2 more items to go. Now that we've already been here, let's move on to the next room. Now, in order to head to our next room, we are gonna need to go back to our original nether portal. Because in this party, it doesn't link to our actual nether portal in the actual, nether room that we have it located in. Instead, it actually sends you up here, respectively to the fake snow dimension. This is also where we're gonna find our second to last item in the party. But remember what I said earlier about this being updated? I wonder where Easter went. Anyway, our second to last item, and also explaining why it looks like this. You'll notice we have the 2024 box shoes. The conclusion to our box armor. So that is the full set of armor, but we are still missing one item. Is that Easter? Ah, so that's Easter. Actually, you know what? That makes actually a lot of sense because you'll notice this is all, ironically, powdered snow. Yep, that's why we called it the fake snow dimension. It's all powdered snow in this party. As you can see, we just go through it. Now, of course, because we have armor on, we're not going to actually get affected. However, this honestly is super cool for a dimension-themed room. Oh, And by the way, I should actually mention, for this last one, we're actually going to need to go into the subway to access the village. As well, yeah, some of these portals are only meant to be gone through respectively. In this particular case, this next one requires you to actually go inside where you will see actual subway decorations. By the way, the port one is like this too. Told ya! Anyway, this is how it looks. And honestly, it looks genuinely amazing. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Anyway, that is it for the mountain, aka the fake snow dimension. This is honestly such a cool dimension, a nice little concept just to use the powdered snow. And yeah, what do you guys think of this whole thing? Honestly, it looks so cool. And a nice way to use the powdered snow, as I just said. This honestly is so freaking cool. And with all that being said, guys, we only have one room left in this whole party, which of course, as you guys would expect, is obviously the village. Now, of course, in order to get down there, we obviously need a minecart. Where the heck is that, by the way? There it is. Alright, let's make our way down there. Woo! At least somebody's not already another minecart there. Oh! Not again! Oh well. Anyway, this is how it looks. And with all that being said, let's move on to the village. Welcome to Pixel Town. That's right, the entire village for this party has been transformed into a complete pixel-themed town. This is also where we're gonna find our final item in the whole party, which is the April Fool's 2024 banner. So put that on. Oh, actually, I did realize there were a few eggs we actually forgot. But actually, there is one here, so we will find it. Take a look at the village. It is all pixelated. That is so cool, right? Yes, even the insides are all updated. That's right. It looks like this now. That is so cool, right? I know. This honestly looks amazing. With all that being said, yes, literally everything is pixelated. Oh, and yes, there is a portal back here, by the way. In order to access it, you're going to want to go down here, and then head up here, and then voila, you're back in the nether. But of course, to re-access it, you're going to obviously want to go here. But that leads you back to this portal. But hey, a nice way to make our way out of there, at least. That is so cool. Next up is the library. And for some reason, Easter's just gone now. That's weird. Maybe she's in the nether. This is how it looks. Look how cool this looks. I know, this looks so cool. I did so good with this. And yes, the entire building has been pixelated. Yes, that also goes for in here, which, by the way, heading into the portal, we can obviously see it goes to the corresponding room. And, obviously, by jumping right back in, it obviously sends us right back to the respective room that it comes from. How awesome is that, guys? Seriously, this is just amazing. And see, the whole house is pixelated, even the bed. Even the furnaces are all pixelated. It's genuinely amazing what this room can transform into. Okay, it's not letting out for a second. This honestly looks so cool. And even the mine got updated. Well, not down there, but at least the little entrance. We have the diamond, emerald, gold, and iron ores respectively, all pixelated. With the little hut here also pixelated. That is genuinely amazing. How many small little details I can put in. we have our second to last room in the whole party, which actually is this house. By the way, the clothes shop is where we're gonna find the next egg. Because actually, I just realized I forgot one in the Pirate and Bonsai Park. I was so focused on the item that there's actually an egg there too. It's also hidden, much like the item. Much like the respective house, it's located here. However, I don't think we're gonna be able to locate it. Well, we do have the replica of it right here, but will it actually send us here? Well, we do got one that actually sends us to the wilderness. So, that's pretty cool. Oh, and that's where Easter went. Nice. Okay, that's just gonna send us to the wilderness. Fine by me. Alright guys, good news, I got Easter back. So, that's pretty cool. Alright, yeah, we don't need that anymore. Actually, let me keep her on the outside so she doesn't go for the portal again. This is how it looks, by the way. Looks very, very cool. Alright, now that that is over with, let's head to our final room in the party, which is also where one of our last eggs are located too. This being the clothes shop. Assuming Easter will come in here. No? Oh, there she is. Come on in, Easter. Alright, the final room in the party. My god, that was a lot of rooms, guys. No wonder the video is this long. This is also where technically our final egg would be if we found the others. Oh, frick, there's also one on the mountain I actually just remembered. Because I saw one up there earlier and I never recorded it. So we'll have to go back up there because I forgot to hit record when I found it. I can go do that right now after this. My bad, guys. This is how it looks. This is the pixelated clothes shop. This is honestly so cool, and this would normally be the crafting table. This is honestly so freaking cool. And with that being said, we are all done with the village. Right. So, I found one right here, ironically. We're gonna have to take this again, since I just remembered it's actually right here. Nice one, right? There we go. Alright, now we're done. As a reward for finding all the eggs, we get the Easter 2024 shirt, which looks like this, just to clarify. There you have it. And with all that being said, that is it for the Easter Fool's Party.